Hello, I am going to start a video here for a review of a standard 25-foot RV that we are renting for a week from Cruise America. We are a family of 5, and so this RV is large enough that it will sleep our whole family comfortably. I'm going to do a quick review of the outside. There's a driver's door and a passenger door. It's 12 feet tall. The entry door here opens and also becomes a screen door. I would caution anyone against touching the hot water heater exhaust. We have a 7-year-old who didn't know it was hot, even though it says hot, and he touched it. So there's lots of storage. You don't have to keep everything inside of your RV. We have our empty suitcases in this storage area. We have some toys, some tools that we packed. We also have a chest and a basket, some things that we packed to bring along with us. While we are on the road, we also keep 2 standard sized toddler bikes down there and helmets. We keep our camping chairs down there. So the storage area is really large. You can also access this from the back. We also have on the trailer hitch our bike rack from home that holds 5 bikes, doubles as a drying rack when we are parked. So the outside of the RV is very simple, it's very scenic, it's very classic. The windows all open on the inside. I will get to an inside review shortly. Just wanted to show you the standard outside review. It's a 25-foot standard F350 engine from Cruise America. And over here, I believe the mirrors fold in so that when you're parked, they don't get in the way. So they fold in so they're not taking up extra space. If you have children, you might want to be cautious of that so their heads don't hit mirrors. Okay, over here we have some hookups. This is electrical, I think. So we have the electric hooked up from the campsite that we're staying at. It's a 20-foot electrical cable. We're parked very far back in the lot that we're staying in. We also have the water hooked up and then the water pump turned on. We have the electrical hookup here, so everything is just there and ready to go when we arrive to our camping site. You can also charge a Tesla from this charging station. This side of the RV is a little quiet, the other side is quite loud. All right, now let's take a look inside the RV. The door here opens. You can hook it to the RV here, and then you have a screen door that you can detach that closes if the weather is nice. It's supposed to be 90 degrees today, so we're gonna leave that closed probably most of the day that we're here because the AC is on. But you can see that that's a nice feature. It's good if you have a lot of little kids going in and out. You just reattach it here, and you unhook it back here, and then pull it open and closed. So we're gonna venture inside the RV and take a look around. Now we have everything configured for sleeping still. So we have the curtain blocking the windshield, and we have 2 car seats packed away inside the passenger seat. We have 3 kiddos in car seats. 1 is in a booster, 2 are in high back boosters. I'm turning the air conditioner off. So up top here is a sleeping area. It's a little larger than a standard queen size sheet. That should be known. I did just have to use a flat sheet that didn't quite stretch all the way. So this is large enough to sleep 2 to 4, depending on the size of who's sleeping up there. So last night we had an adult male and a 7-year-old, and this curtain pulls closed to block any light that might come in during the night. So this sleeping area is a queen size mattress that can sleep 1 to 4 people. We have a jump seat here. Right now we have an activity bag piled on there with the kids' activity toys. So this an adult can sit and ride safely in on the road. Or right now when we are in motion, we have our 7-year-old in his booster seat. We also have 2 4.5-year-olds who are in high back boosters, and I'll show you the configuration of that in another video. You have a dinette here, so 4 people can eat comfortably at this dinette, so 2 on each side. The table then folds down and the cushions work for a bed. Now that is a standard bed that folds into. We had 1 4.5-year-old sleeping there last night. And then another full queen size bed in the back where we slept 2 adults. And the standard queen size sheets do fit on that. So that's the sleeping configuration of the standard 25-foot RV. Next, let's take a look at the storage. All right, so waking up for a midnight snack is super easy because the bedroom is right next to the kitchen. The kitchen is really very spacious. I was super impressed. We are a family that likes to cook our own meals rather than going out. Number 1, it saves a ton of money. But number 2, it's really just better for our bodies. So we try to minimize how much we're eating out, even when we are on the road. So the sink is nice and deep. You can see kind of how deep it is based on my hand. I guess it goes almost all the way to my elbow. So you can do some good dishes while you are on the road. The cooktop is propane operated, as is the hot water. So you are able to just get that going. It is a gas, so propane. So you lift this top here, and then you kind of have 3 burners to choose from. They're all sized a little differently. You can just light the pilot here and then turn the knob for the appropriate burner. Maybe I'm not doing it right. All right, once it's going, then you can turn that off. So you can see it's got a good flame. There are 3 burners, and the arrows do tell you which knob is for which burner. So you cook right on that. And the nice thing that I did like, I'm going to turn that off, is that the cleanup was very easy. Once it's cool, you can take the burners off and wipe down the area around if you have any spills or splatters. That makes it very easy. And then you can fold the cooktop down once it's cleaned and cooled. And while you're driving, you can store things on top of this counter here. So right now it's empty because we did just have breakfast. I made some sausage and eggs. I was able to do everything in 1 skillet with 1 spatula, so that was nice. We use placemats, so it's a little easier for cleaning up. The kitchen storage is really nice, so there's lots of room. It is a tip for traveling in an RV. Storing things with aluminum foil and Ziploc bags is a little easier than using Rubbermaid or glass storage containers while you're on the road. If you have leftovers, the fridge is kind of small. There is an exhaust fan that does work. Make sure you check that before you hit the road because you don't want them to say that it worked and it didn't. And there is a cooktop light, but it is very dim. There is also overhead lighting here and throughout the RV, so you can turn it on halfway or full way, depending on what your needs are. And then we have a refrigerator here that's a fairly good size. We have 2 drawers, so we have fruits in 1 drawer and meats in another drawer. We have some fresh fruit that we keep stored, milk for the kiddos, And then you have this whole area on the door, so you can fit drink boxes if you have any of those. You can fit adult sodas if you like those. Of course, you don't ever want to be on the road without chocolate. So you can store whatever you need to store. The fridge is a pretty good size. I'm very impressed with that. We make a few runs to the grocery store on the road. And then the freezer is also a good size. So I like to kind of put some water bottles in the freezer to get them super cold, maybe a little slushy, so that they cool off while we are on the road. And then you have the freezer. You have 2 shelves. I think you could probably fit a frozen pizza in here, but now that I think about it, there is no stove, so you wouldn't want to do that. 2 shelves there. And then we did bring a coffee pot with us. We did not opt to rent any of the utensils from Cruise America. So we store our coffee pot under here. It was a perfect spot for it, along with our dish soap. And then we have 3 drawers over here. So the first one, we have our cooking utensils that we did bring with us. It is an option to rent from Cruise America. You can rent bedding. You can also rent towels and linens and cookware, but we just decided to save money and bring our own. We have a drawer full of snacks that the kiddos can get into. And this drawer is broken, but it would also pull out typically. We did note that with Cruise America before we hit the road. And then I'm going to move our trash bag that we have going on in here and show you the storage space that we have. Pots and pans, a mixing bowl, and some storage containers. We also brought a cutting board. I would advise that if you are going to cook while you're on the road, measuring cups and measuring spoons is something that I didn't think to bring, and the kids wanted pancakes this morning. And I just didn't have the proper tools to make those. Now these 2 drawers, this one here and this one over here, they look like they would open for storage, but they are false drawers. I imagine there's something for the RV that is stored under there. And then one more thing for the kitchen area, we have all of our food stored up here. So we have our dry goods, everything. We have chips, and we have seeds and nuts, and we have pasta and pasta sauce and snacks and mac and cheese. More snacks, more snacks. When you have 3 kids, you want all the snacks that you can get. And in my next video, I will discuss the configuration of how to make car seats fit in an RV, because they're we couldn't find that information online when we were looking last year, and we did need to have that. So we are able to get 3 car seats. Oh, you know what? Let me show you the bathroom next before I end this video. All right, lastly for this video, I do want to show you the bathroom on a standard 25-foot RV. It is just a toilet and a shower. There's 3 hooks for towels if you decide to use the shower. We have stayed at a campground today that has a shower house, so we're gonna use that instead of needing to empty the tank. Toilet paper, you will need to use RV safe toilet paper or septic safe toilet paper. Costco toilet paper is safe, just FYI. So the shower and the bathroom, let me see if I can figure out a setup to show you what it's like in the shower. Let me see if I can get my phone set up. I don't know if I'll be able to. So you can stand in the shower. It's hot and cold knobs. The shower adjusts, or it comes off if you're giving a little one a bath or a shower and they don't like it in their eyes. I speak from experience with that. So the shower is nice. And then the curtain pulls. You want to tuck it in to make sure that you're not getting any water on the floor. You might want to grab a rug or a towel to put down when you step out of the shower. That's the bathroom. It's really simple. And that is the tour of the inside of a Cruise America standard 25-foot RV. And next we will talk about how it drives. Okay, so for adding car seats, you want to leave the kitchenette table up. I'm trying to turn off all the lights so that there's not a glare, but we've got a little coming in from the windshield, so I apologize about that. So you do have to remove all of these cushions from the seats. I think we put these in the storage underneath while we were driving, so they were out of the way. So you'll want to take all of the cushions out to be able to install car seats. Now you can fit 4 car seats here because there are 4 belts. There's 2 on each side. We only needed 2, so the configuration we left up to our kiddos yesterday. They wanted a car seat on each side, so we had one over here by the window and one on that side by the window. So because that's where the buckles are fastened best right now, I will show you how we installed them there. So we just have Graco car seats. I think they're both Forevers. So there isn't a back clip, unfortunately, where you can clip that back buckle, but you can get snug enough in here. So what I'm going to do is place the car seat on the bench. See if I can move my camera and keep an angle enough so you can see that. So I have the car seat on the bench, and then you just take the lap belt here, and there's a lap belt on the other side that it goes through in the back like you would if you were installing in a traditional car. So you feed that through all the way to the other side. The other side is tightened so that it will just reach up and buckle for me. I might have to loosen it a little. So I'm just clicking that in. And then you pull it tight again. I like to push myself down in there to really get my weight. And then you see this car seat is not, I'm really, you know, it doesn't have much wiggle room. And then the kiddo can safely buckle. So we have a car seat on each side. And then if we stop and our younger kiddo wants to be in his booster seat, we can add his booster seat fits in here. And then he just uses the second lap buckle. And you can clip that and then tighten it however you need. So we have one car seat in. I will see if I can angle my phone to this side over here, and we will get the second car seat in. So the buckles should already be at the measurements that I needed them, because we just unhooked them last night and turned that into a bed, which I can link to the video here to review how to convert everything into a bed. I have a video on the review of the RV and how it sleeps, so I would love it if you would check that video out too. So I'm just going to take and feed through again behind like you would if you didn't have clips in a car. I'm going to make sure it's not twisted. It's twisted right now, but I don't want it to be twisted because I want to get that snug fit. I want it to be just really as snug as I possibly can have it for safety, since there is no back clips. And then I'm going to buckle this one in here, and then again make sure that's not twisted, and I want to push it over really as far as I can get it to get that really tightened. I might have to do a little bit of gymnastics to really get back there and pull that tight, but it's, you know, it's important and worth it for the safety of my kids and your kids, that that seatbelt really gets as tight as you can possibly make it. So I like to scoot it over just as far as it will go, and this one again, it's in there nice and snug. There's very little wiggle room. Everyone's going to be happy. They're going to get to play. They get to open these curtains and look out the window, and adults can come sit back here and play with them we like to give them books to read and color. So that's the configuration for the car seats here. Now my son, he likes to ride in his booster seat and the jump seat, which is right over here. Let's see if I can wiggle this around without making you sick. I didn't bring my tripod, so I'm using my phone case as a tripod. So he likes to sit in this jump seat here. Let's see if I can close these curtains to give you a better view. So he likes to sit here, and he can fit, or me, right inside with the lap belt. Goes over, you make sure it's not twisted. We did put a pillow or 3 here yesterday on the side to make sure that there was just no wiggle, and also it kind of propped up his activities, which we keep right up here so we can easily access all the coloring books and the crayons and the games if they want to play those while we're driving. Both car seats, both toddler car seats will fit on one side if you have kiddos who want to look out the window. But this is my video on how to install car seats safely and correctly inside an RV. We did not have this information last year when there was a 2-week trip in an RV, and we really had to work hard to figure it out on our own. So I hope that this video helps. Please drop me a comment or a question in the comments, and I will try to answer any questions that I can for you. Thanks so much for watching, and check out some more of my videos on chachingqueen.com.
We're going to empty the tanks from the RV before we hit the road to return it. It's important that you want to wear gloves for this because you're dealing with human waste. First, you're going to get the sewer hose out of the storage. You're going to hook it up to the tanks. Some places charge you to empty. Some places give you a sewer dump. State park that we're at is free. You want to empty the black tank first. The black tank is the human waste tank. You do the black tank first so that the gray tank can empty and rinse the hose. It's a very easy process. Black tank first. Pull the little trigger. You pull the trigger here and it empties. Once the blast tank has run empty, you shut it. It's important to wear gloves for this. We're not shutting the black one just yet. The gray tank is the sinks, the bathroom sink and the kitchen sink. So it's cleaner water and it's going to rinse the hose. Shut the tanks, remove the hose, cap it off. Make sure you get that cap on tight. And then you want to rinse your hose out. Usually there's water somewhere that you can do that.